He's an audiologist. He's a clinical professional with hearing that does an audiometric exam of your hearing. So he would do an examination of your hearing, find out which tones you're deaf to that you can't hear, and add those tones back through headphones. And most of those frequencies are high-end frequencies. So it's this high-end, piercing, high frequency that was coming through headphones that was also very difficult to listen to. And that lended him into dispensing with that and taking Mozart music and filtering out all the frequencies except for the narrow high frequency bands that you can't hear. So it was like listening to Mozart music through a cheap speaker, where you could only hear these high, little, narrow frequency bandwidth of the music. But he was having extraordinary results himself with particularly learning disabilities and ADD and ADHD and things like that. And his whole thing was that sound waves exciting into the ear, into the cochlea, which is filled with fluid, exercises this black area here called the basilar membrane. And here we have the basilar membrane by itself, and you can see that the vibrational frequencies cause a standing wave to appear and resonate specific portions of this basilar membrane with specific frequencies. So here's the ear coming down to the eardrum into the basilar membrane. Here is the basilar membrane showing areas of the basilar membrane resonate with specific frequencies. And here's kind of what it looks like by itself. We're just exploding it out. But we can see that standing waves appear at various exact spots on the basilar membrane. Low frequencies, high frequencies. If we stretch the basilar membrane out straight, then we end up with these standing waves appearing at very specific places on the membrane and exciting the nerves, and those nerves go straight into the temporal lobe cortex for processing sound, and is also spread out linearly the same way that it is on the basilar membrane. So if I'm listening to middle A on the piano, then a very specific frequency right here at 440 hertz causes a standing wave to resonate this portion of the basilar membrane, and only those nerves are firing into the brain. And when the brain receives signals from just that area there, it knows it's hearing 440 hertz. But in reality, he was saying that the reason you're deaf to certain frequencies is because the basilar membrane is stiffening up and it's not becoming responsive anymore. So the technique of it bombarding you with those same frequencies and hitting on that portion of the basilar membrane continually over time starts to loosen it up, and then you start to be able to hear those frequencies, and that had a direct effect on these learning disabilities and various other kind of things, particularly a worldwide organization for treating children and learning disability problems. Very effective stuff, amazing stuff.